I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we would, sir, since Commissioner Valentine was part of the presentation of our POW-MIA flag, Commissioner, if you would, I think we ought to have a moment of silence this evening for those on your call. Please, if we would observe that. Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. I'll find my pen here. Okay. Oh. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Commissioners, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, sir.
Very good. And I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the September 19th meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Passed. Report of the president. Our president is a Canal Authority meeting tonight, so he will not be with us. So we'll try to get through this as best we can. So good luck to Commissioner McKay. Item 1 on our agenda. Courtney Thomas Winterberg is, oh, there she is. Human Resources Development Commission Executive Director. Allegheny County's Early Childhood Advisory Commission. So Courtney, good evening.
Good evening. I'm Courtney Thomas, Executive Director of HRDC, and with me is Dee Blank, the Early Childhood Supervisor for Elementary Education with the Board of Education. We serve as co-chairs for the Allegheny County's Early Learning Council. In 2012, as a component of Maryland's Race to the Top grant, the Maryland State Department of Education helped establish early learning councils in each of Maryland's 24 jurisdictions. The local early learning advisory councils are set up to mirror the composition of the state advisory councils, with diverse representation from the public school system, local government, early childhood education partners, health professionals, and the faith-based and philanthropic communities. Local early childhood advisory councils are also charged with narrowing the achievement gap for children with high needs, especially low-income children and children with disabilities. And we work to improve the coordination of early childhood service delivery systems in our counties. To prepare us for this task, we have participated in a series of trainings and leadership development programs sponsored by the Maryland State Department of Education and the Annie E. Casey Foundation. And we were awarded a small implementation grant to begin this work. Currently, Allegheny County's Early Learning Advisory Council has over 40 diverse community members that have been meeting regularly over the last year. This month, we also began meeting in subcommittees as well. I'm going to ask Dee Blank to speak a little further about our timeline and our goals, and then we have a small token of appreciation for your support of early childhood learning in Allegheny County.
Thank you, Courtney. Good evening. The Early Childhood Advisory Council has met 3 times so far, and we have had great results. But we have looked over the Maryland Model for School Readiness data, and that data tells us if children are ready to learn when they enter school. What we're finding is that Allegheny County looks great. It looks like we're doing a great job, and I think we are doing a great job, but there are still a number of students' needs that are not being met. So this council's charge is to say, for the children who will enter school in 2017, how can we make sure that they're ready to learn? And the council is working on that initiative. So one of the things that we have is the Imagination Library of Allegheny County. It's one of the literacy components. We have over 1,400 students or children birth through age 5 receiving books. And we have distributed over 25,000 books in the short time that this has been available in Allegheny County. Also, our local pediatricians have jumped right on board. They're great partners, and they are doing the Reach Out and Read program. At every well visit, students, the children, I always say students because I'm a school person, but children will receive a book during the pediatrician visit, and they'll talk about what children should be doing at each age with books as a part of the literacy component. But what concerns us most is the data for social and emotional readiness. And we're seeing with drug-affected newborns and some of the things that are on the rise that we are having some real challenges in that area. So the council has made literacy and social and emotional foundations as a huge focus for this council. The public library is involved. We have many, many partners. We think that it's going to be a great success, and we're just here to let you know that it is out there and that we are working together as a community to have this work for our children and our families. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions or?
No, but I think it's a fantastic idea. Someone has got a 5-month-old granddaughter and know how important books is to children. So I think that's great. So thank you very much.
And there's all kinds of studies on the number of words a child knows by the time they enter school and how well they will do with school success later in life. The other piece of the timeline is that we will be submitting a grant application to the Maryland State Department of Education on behalf of the county in early December, with funds becoming available January 1 for us to be able to facilitate this work further.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item, Courtney, thank you very much. We'll go right into our action agenda. Item number 2 is real estate option agreement with Mid-Atlantic Healthcare. Dr. Rifkin and Mr. Freeze from Allegany Healthcare Group, please.
Gentlemen, we just wanted to come in today to thank the commissioners for their support of the project. You know, we worked with you a few years ago on the county home, and I think that was a project that had some challenges, but it turned out to be something really good for the community and good for the employees. So we have another opportunity, and the fact that you're supporting on us and want to make it happen, we do appreciate. I can tell you over the last several years, I've had numerous people come up to me and say, you know, why can't we have a continuing care retirement community? Why isn't there assisted living and independent living here for our parents, our friends, or ourselves? And, you know, the question always was, well, is it viable or could we do it? So we're going to be looking at it, and hopefully it's going to happen. But I can tell you one thing, with your support and with Dr. Rifkin being involved, Scott, I think we can't miss. I think we have a great opportunity, and I think there's a very good chance it will. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Rifkin.
Thank you, Mr. Freeze.
I don't have a lot more to say. Bill just did a wonderful job, but let me start by just saying thank you for the trust you've shown in us over the years. I hope we've lived up to that level of trust, and we've tried very hard to just provide wonderful care for the patients, the residents, the people that make their homes at Allegany Nursing Center. It's become the community facility that is able to do a lot of things really well. So we not only have the long-term care patients, we also have short-stay patients who, you know, they broke a hip or they had some other stroke, and they come to us for 10, 15, 20 days and they go home. Nursing centers are now going to start being even more integral to the health system under the what's going on nationally and federally with healthcare. And we now focus pretty dramatically on how we keep people healthy and out of the hospital. And it's a big part of our mission. And to look at a continuing care community really becomes part of that. It's how do we offer safe, healthy, wonderful living environments for seniors along the continuum. And we're eager to look at this project in depth, give it our all to make it work. And with your help, hopefully we'll do that. So thank you, and the trust you've shown is really appreciated. Thank you.
Well, thank you for looking at our community and what our needs are, because you're exactly right. We have an elderly community.
What are you going to say?
Well, you know, the need is there, and we most certainly are excited about the prospect of this project, so we do look forward to working with you. So.
Thank you.
I'm quite sure with you two gentlemen involved, like you say, it can't miss.
Well, we certainly hope it can, and we'll come back, as we've discussed, hopefully with a project that we can all get on board and really make work.
Very good. We can't wait. Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you so much.
In conclusion, Commissioners, before you take formal action, I just wanted to add that the action you're being asked to take tonight actually began almost 5 years ago in our formal negotiations with the deaccession of the county's nursing home. The property in question is a 30 plus or minus acre property that comprises the undeveloped portion of what was or is the county farm. The option agreement before the county is for 1 year, and it details a site plan that's attached to the option agreement, and we will have that posted on the website for everyone's review first thing tomorrow. So.
Okay, well, sir, I guess I need a motion that for the real estate option agreement with Mid-Atlantic Healthcare.
So move.
And I'll second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Passed. It's kind of not as much fun with just two, so. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay. Next on our action agenda is item number 3, resolution number 13-17, fiscal year 2012-2015 Cumberland Area Transportation Improvement Program Amendment.
Good evening.
Mr. Cole, sir.
As you know, from time to time, you're asked to function as the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and this is one of those times. In order for a project to be funded, it has to be in our Transportation Improvement Program. And in order for it to be part of that, it needs to already have the funding secured.
Okay.
We can't put a project in without the money that we know is available. So that's why we have to do these amendments from time to time. And this amendment would be adding $5 million of planning money, $4 million federal, $1 million of state money for planning, and it's going to be concentrated on the interchange between I-68 and US 220 by way of Winchester Road.
Right.
And earlier today during the tour session, this project was brought up a couple of times. So this is sort of housekeeping to make sure that it can be funded.
See, I guess I need to make a motion to accept the resolution
If
then?
you would, sir.
Okay, well, and that was very nice of Mr. Secretary to come up, and he explained this quite well today, so I'll make a motion that we accept resolution number 13-17 for fiscal year 2012 and 15.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you very much. Okay, item number 4, Hampstead Old Town Partners Pilot Agreement. Mr. Everly, sir.
Commissioners, 2 weeks ago, we heard from Patrick Harper with the Hampstead organization concerning the Old Town Manor apartment complex located at 1510 East Old Town Road in Cumberland. I want to thank the Cumberland Times-News for detailing that project this morning. And Patrick Harper is here today in case you or members of the public have any questions.
None, sir. I have, Bill?
No, I think it's a great project. I've been around that property a lot over the years. It needs the type of repairs you're going to make, and I think it'll be great for the entire area.
Absolutely, and I hope everyone's paying attention for the amount of construction jobs and renovation jobs that's going through this meeting tonight, because there's a lot at stake here, whether people realize it or not, a lot at stake. So we need a motion to accept the pilot agreement.
So move.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed. So, okay, next on the action agenda is to pick Mr. Everly off the floor. So
It works.
Introduction of Code Home Rule number 6-13, and we have our top-notch CPA Finance Director, Mr. Bennett, please.
Wow, what did I do for that?
Oh, I'm not supposed to say you gave us all raise? Oh, daggone it.
Tonight is just the introduction of $3.6 million water and sewer bond bill. covers 6 different projects in 4 different districts. This simply will authorize us to borrow up to the amount of $3.6 million. Just to give a little bit of detail on the projects within that, Rawlings Water is $600,000. Jennings Run Sanitary Phase 2 is $250,000. Bedford Road Sanitary Phase 3 and 4 is $1,375,000. And Braddock Run Sanitary Phase 2 and 3 is $1,375,000. The loans we're talking about here are all individual loans, mixed between USDA and MDE. There's $1,375,000 worth of loan forgiveness within these, so some of the amount I'm talking about will actually be forgiven after we close the loan. Public Works has talked about all these projects at length, so this is simply the formal beginning of borrowing the money.
Very good.
And I guess one follow-up thing, this tonight is just the introduction. Next week we can have a hearing, and we could enact it as early as next week if you choose.
Well, very good, Jason. Well, I'll make a motion to introduce Code of Home Bill 6-13.
Second.
In favor of introducing? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Jason.
Thank you,
Again, a bunch more money, a bunch more work.
A lot more work, that's right. A lot of grant money comes along with it.
And we like that loan forgiveness. So
Definitely. We'll take all we can get. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Item number 6 on the action agenda, property tax credit for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2013 through June 30th, 2014. Our fantastic county attorney. Please, Bill.
Oh, thank you. This is kind of an annual exercise. These are, as you can see, a number of nonprofits. State law authorizes the county to grant tax credits on the real property tax for these various entities. It's been customary that you all have in fact done that, so it's time to do it.
Okay, very good. Well, I have a motion for the property tax credit for fiscal year July 1st, 2013 through June 30th, 2014.
So moved.
And seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed. Thank you, sir.
Put a
Next.
2-minute time limit on this one.
Item number 7, Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Plan. And we have Counselor Nedved, our other county attorney, coming to the...
Your top elected official actually signed a plan back in 1995, but back then it was called the Fair Housing Action Plan. Now it's called a Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity Plan, and it is a new requirement for receiving CDBG funding. It actually just puts down on paper what you gentlemen practice, which is that you will create an environment where for its citizens where no one is excluded from participation or benefit due to their race, color, national origin, ethnicity, gender, disability, familial status, marital status, age, or religion. And if we, more to the point, if we don't adopt the plan, we don't put things down in writing, we can't accept that, we won't receive any more community development block grant money, which in this case, if you're talking about constructions, that's $800,000 for the second phase of the Rawlings Water Project.
And I believe the way we're set up now, we are actually a little more, we go above and beyond what they're actually requiring, correct?
Oh, yeah. On all
Dave?
these plans, we do go beyond.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the Fairness Housing Equal Opportunity Plan.
Second.
Second. Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Nedved. Thank you very much. Next, we have our consent agenda. Mr. Eberly, sir.
Commissioners, tonight we have 3 items on the agenda for your consideration. We have a surplus property disposal action, the acceptance of an underage drinking grant for the Sheriff's Office, and the acceptance of our emergency management grant for this year.
Okay. Well, I need a motion to accept the consent agenda as read by the administrator.
So move.
And second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passed. Congratulations, sir. Okay. Next, sir, we have County Administrator.
Commissioners, we had a bid opening earlier this week. It was for the Park Avenue and Braddock Road intersections approach plan. The proposals were opened, and they are now being evaluated by the city of Frostburg, who is partnering with the county on that project. And we also had the Allegany upgrade for the microwave links, and those proposals, again, have been forwarded to staff for future consideration.
Okay, very good. Mr. Attorney, is your vocal cords got anything left in them yet tonight?
I'm fine, but I have nothing to add.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, thank you. Commissioner Valentine, sir?
Just real quick, last Saturday, I had the opportunity to attend the Healthy Choices kickoff. Basically, what they were doing that day, they were handing out forms to where people could keep track of how far they walk each and every day. Sort of surprising how much walking you really do. They actually gave away free pedometers, so you know exactly how far you're working, trying to increase the wellness in the county. So being the great guy I was, and since Mike wasn't there, I got him several forms and I got him a pedometer. So by the time Mike comes back to our next meeting, you won't, he'll be about as big around as that.
Are you doing the walking
Yeah.
for him also, or?
Hey, at my age, he can carry me, that's all. That's all I have.
Okay. Well, I don't have much tonight. I'd just like to thank Secretary of Transportation Smith for being in our building today for our CIP for the state highways. There's lots of stuff going on right now. The big thing that I noticed was the $5 million grant for the tier funding for the studying of 220 and North-South Highway. And we want to thank him very much for all his help there. And the way I understood, and Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, there's going to be they're going to start spending a little money in our area. It looks like the transportation system's getting back up to speed, so which is good news. We want to get people back to work. So, do we have anyone signed up to speak? Right. Well, with that being said, our next public business meeting is Thursday, October 10th at 5 o'clock right here in this room. Announcements, citizen scrap tire drop-off, and see the news release. Rawlings Water Project public meeting, news release. And the Allegany County Commissioners are going to Luke, and that will also be in the news release. So unless anyone has something to say, no. Thank you all very much for coming.